are you on LinkedIn? And get people talking about why. And I'll tell you, they're not going to say to jump on calls with salespeople who direct message me, and they're not going to say to read a bunch of ads and to fill out a bunch of forms. No one's going to say that. Get them talking about why they're on LinkedIn. And you'll hear them talking about what they're learning. You'll hear them talking about the new relationships that they're forming. You'll hear them talk about the old relationships that they're maintaining and that are not fading into history. I mean, that thanks to LinkedIn, many of us still have some degree of a relationship with someone we worked with 15 years ago that otherwise we would have forgotten about each other as we moved our separate ways. They'll talk about, if they are someone who posts on LinkedIn, they'll talk about that they are getting better at enunciating their beliefs and their approaches to whatever their career is. So get people talking about all the reasons why they are on LinkedIn, especially those who are reasonably active, and maybe write them on a whiteboard or something like that, and then step back and reflect on, like, okay, do you think that others are fundamentally different from us? Mm-hmm. Probably not, right? Okay, so what part of this makes us think we're going to be successful if we hunt and pitch slap people? And what part of this makes us think we're going to be successful if we just advertise and we just post, like en masse, we all post, we won an award, our CEO was quoted in the news. Like, none of that is interesting to us when other people do it. Why would it be interesting to them for us to do that? And that can be a little bit of a reboot of the mindset and a bit of a wake-up call, I think, for some people. And then say, okay, now knowing what we know about ourselves and we're presuming to be true of many others, what could we do instead? And now you can start having a conversation about, well, maybe we could freely share information that will educate people, inspire people. We could tell some stories about, things we're learning. We could share some data. We could think about the things that we're reading and high quality things from, whether it's from news media, industry magazines, academia. We could share that and with our own comments, and we could write our own posts. And you start thinking, and now you've got a good brainstorm around things that people would actually care about and would actually help you build an audience. So I think that is the way I would recommend approaching mindsets. Is people say buyer centric all the time, customer centric. People love to say it, but it's usually not a lot of meat on the bones of it, right? Like, what it really ought to mean is true empathy and true understanding of what their goals and objectives are. And in this specific case, what their goal and objective is of being on LinkedIn. And now how can we play into that rather than fighting it? So that's where I'd start with mindsets.